It's great being back in Los Angeles. It's great being back at the Kia Forum. But I need to say this, I take no pleasure in welcoming our next guests.
You know it's all about
Check it out, man! We have not seen Adam Cole in months, and he is back in AEW as we return to the fabulous Kia Forum in Los Angeles.
big shocker. Great to see Adam Cole.
This is a genuine surprise on our sheet. It just says TBD.
And Los Angeles is amped to see Adam Cole as we are.
Yeah, how could you not be?
Out of nowhere. What an ovation.
It's great to hear that again.
I'm telling you.
For the people watching at home or in the classroom, what is disc golf?
So disc golf is exactly like it sounds like. It is a perfect mix between frisbees or discs and playing golf. The big difference is that instead of having a hole in the ground like you do for standard golf, you have baskets that you try to get the disc to land in.
And I saw one was recently installed at the school. Why did they pick Patuxent High School?
So our supervisor in the county got a grant. So actually every secondary school in the county is going to have a 9-hole course. We were lucky enough that they just had an extra set of 9, and we jumped on it, and so now we're going to have an 18-hole course. We were the first one to get installed just because as soon as the opportunity was offered, we reached out, got it planned, and moved forward with it.
And since it's at the school, how would the students and the community be able to use it?
So it's interesting that you say students and community, because 2 of our students, Jackson Dole and Will Van Hooser, actually designed the course. We've got a few other students who have played in junior nationals the last couple of years. There's actually a Southern Maryland Disc Golf Association that helped plan the course out, is going to help with upkeep, that sort of thing. And so we're going to do some community outreach, teach people how to use it. Off hours when the school's we're not in session, there's no practices going on, people are going to be able to come up, play 9 holes, 18 holes, take advantage, do some tournaments, do some fundraising, have a good time with it.
Have you ever tried to learn an instrument? Or have you ever tried singing, maybe? Or maybe you've tried acting at some point. For most people, just doing one of these activities is very difficult already, but for Heather Farley, she makes them all seem easy. Heather has a long resume of performances here at Patuxent, ranging from major roles in the Harlequins productions, to being a baritone sax player in band, even to being a singer in chorale. If anyone's ever interested in the arts, Heather is one of the incredible role models at PAX to learn from.
So what draws you to the performing arts?
There's a moment in every performance where everything just kind of feels right, and as an anxious person, it makes me feel at ease for just a second.
Now, what is a benefit in being in theater, band, and chorus all at the same time?
They all kind of blend into each other in different ways. Like if you understand music stuff from band, it makes you better at reading music in chorus, or in chorus, when you have to like perform and like have energy in your performances, that can help with your acting, and it all kind of feeds into itself to help you be better in each of them.
All right, what advice would you give to someone who is looking into any sort of performing art?
Just try to have fun. If you're not having fun, you're probably not going to get better. So you can't make getting better your whole goal there. You have to have fun with it.
All right, thank you.
Powder Puff football took place on Wednesday, December 21st. Many girls came out and showcased their athletic skills on the gridiron. Let's take a look at what some of the girls thought of the games before they went out and played.
So what are your team's strengths?
Probably our quarterback and 2 of our wide receivers.
All right, and then what is your team's weakness?
Penelope.
All right, thank you. So what are your predictions for the game?
I think we're going to win it all.
All right.
Yeah.
And what are you coaching?
I'm coaching the quarterbacks.
All right, thank you. So what position are you playing?
Center.
Okay. And have you ever played football before?
No.
All right. Why did you want to play?
Because all of my friends are doing it. That's why.
Okay, and what is your prediction?
We're going to lose.
Okay, thank you. What are your team's strengths?
Running the ball. We can't really throw the ball, so.
What is your team's weaknesses?
Throwing the ball. We can't throw the ball at all.
What team do you want to beat the most?
The juniors. We're coming for you.
Have you played football before?
Yeah, I did Powder Puff last year.
Okay, what position are you playing?
Whatever they give me.
Okay. Why did you want to play?
Because it's something to do with my friends and it's fun.
Okay. And then what are your predictions?
We'll probably win like 1 game.
All right, thank you. So what are the strengths of your team?
I'd say the ability to learn the game as fast as they are. So, yeah.
All right, and what are the weaknesses of your team?
Well, the experience that everybody has. I mean, these girls never played football before, so.
Okay, and what team do you want to beat the most and why?
The seniors. I want to win the whole thing, that's why.
All right, thank you. So have you played football before?
No, I have not. I just played last year.
What position are you playing?
Quarterback.
Why did you want to play?
Because I played Powder Puff last year.
Okay, and what are your predictions?
That we're going to beat the seniors.
All right, thank you.
The semifinals began with the freshmen taking on the seniors and the juniors battling the sophomores. Both games were settled by dominant victories, the seniors defeating the freshmen 32-14. The seniors were led by Tasai Reed outrunning the freshman defense and Alexis Walsh locking it down on the defensive side of the ball. The freshmen's counterattack was Faith Mulvey, who had 2 touchdowns and multiple interceptions. The sophomores jumped out to an early 6-0 lead after some sort of triple option, which ended up getting Lena Elliott into the end zone. But that would be all for the sophomores, as they would be dominated by Jordan Estrella catching dump offs and making all the sophomores miss on their way to a 2-touchdown performance. The championship game was set, juniors versus seniors once again. Here are the highlights from the game.
On the internet and checking a new hit me get up. First shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking. And this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway. And we did it all way. Chrome music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around. Pounds, but I do that to pass the torch and put on little speed to a great white shark on shark. We rock, gonna go up, deuces goodbye. I got the world to see. My girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer now. And never did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people now. Sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching. I said, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. This is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling.
Okay. No, you got it. I believe! I believe! I believe that! I believe that! I believe that we! I believe that we! I believe that we just! I believe that we just! I believe that we just won! I believe that we just won! I believe that we just won! I believe that we just.
The MVP of the championship game will go to Jada Henson with a touchdown catch at the end of the game to put her team ahead with 1 minute to go and then locking down her side on the final play of the game. Junior coach Caleb DeVilla was very happy with his team performance. He quotes and he said, "The girls played great. They were dedicated to getting their plays right and they really wanted to win it all this year," which made them fun to coach. Looking forward to the next year for the repeat, which the class of 23 could not do. Overall, it was a great event for everyone. The athletic department was able to raise over $1,500.
Last week in the Bills vs. Bengals game on Monday Night Football, Damar Hamlin suffered a serious injury, leaving him in critical condition for multiple days. Hamlin took a blow to the chest area 9 minutes into the game from receiver T. Higgins. There was nothing else Higgins could have done, and he should not hold it against himself, says Josh Allen. Hamlin had gotten up after making the tackle. Within a second, he went into cardiac shock and fell straight onto the ground. According to the doctors, Damar Hamlin has a condition called commotio cordis, a condition which is a bruised heart muscle caused by blunt force trauma. It is a very uncommon sports injury. The injury usually happens in hockey or baseball if a ball or puck were to hit a player in his chest too hard. As of the day I am writing this, Damar Hamlin has made improvement. He had woken up on January 5th, and the first question he asked was if the Bills won. The doctors told him the answer is yes. Damar, you won the game of life. At the time of the injury, Damar's heart had stopped, causing him to go into cardiac arrest. He is now in the Cincinnati hospital after nearly dying. In the Bills game this Sunday against the Patriots, Nyheim Hines had a kick return touchdown to start the game. Coincidentally, it had been 3 years and 3 months since the Bills' last kick return touchdown. Something else that's kind of weird is that they had another kick return for a touchdown in the third quarter while they were down by 3. Damar Hamlin wears the number 3. When that happened, he got out of his bed jumping up and down, setting off every alarm as possible in the ICU room. On Monday, Damar was released from the hospital and was very grateful for the staff at UMBC in Cincinnati and is back in Buffalo. As of now, the NFL has canceled the game completely and the Bills will not finish their game versus the Bengals. This creates a problem in the NFL due to the care everyone has for Hamlin. The championship game could be in a neutral location since there isn't a clear one-seeded team. There are many scenarios for the NFL playoffs, which means the AFC is a toss-up at this point. Across the country, there are prayers from many people and sports teams. Every NFL team changed their profile pic to the Bills Pray for Damar post. On Sunday, every NFL team wore black shirts that said Pray for Damar with the number 3 on the front. Multiple teams in hockey, basketball, and football have lit up their stadiums with Bills colors in support of Damar. Damar's toy drive has surpassed $8 million for his community. The amount of compassion towards Damar is great. This is impacting the Steelers head coach as well, as he knew Damar since he was 12. Personally, I hope the Bills' safety has a fast recovery and can get back on the field.
At 11:58 a.m. on November 13, 2022, a 911 call came to authorities in Moscow, Idaho from the off-campus housing of 2 college attendants of the University of Idaho, claiming they woke up to one of their roommates unconscious. Police responded and instead found a brutal murder scene of 4 students that would shake the small town and others outside of it.
Maddie Mogan, Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, and Kaylee Gonsalves were 4 college students who resided their education at the University of Idaho, but lived off campus with 2 other roommates. On the day of the murder, Maddie and Kaylee went down to a bar before ordering food at 1:40 a.m., then used a third-party driver and were home by 1:56 a.m. Xana and her boyfriend went to a party at the Sigma Chi house on campus and returned home at 1:45 a.m.
The murder took place between 3 and 4 a.m. The details of the gruesome murder is still unknown as of January 9th, 2023. Now weeks have passed, and the only information police had was the suspect drove a white 2015 Elantra, and there was unidentified DNA evidence found in the home.
Eventually, police discovered the DNA at the scene of the crime matched that of a PhD student, Brian Koberger, on the sheet that is identified as the murder weapon. Upon further investigation, it was determined through cell phone pings that Koberger had been to the house 12 times before and after the murder, and also owned a 2015 white Elantra. The odd thing about the case is that Brian was pulled over twice in 1 hour because of aggressive driving in PA after the murders while the car was suspect, and yet he wasn't questioned or arrested.
The motives of the crime is still unsure, and the police haven't released much about it, but many theories have been brought up. One theory is that Brian, being a PhD student studying criminal justice, became infatuated with the ideas of murder, that he committed one. Another theory is that this was an inside job done by the two roommates. One of the surviving roommates claims that she woke up around 4 a.m. and saw a man in black clothing and froze. The fact of seeing the guy and doing nothing and not hearing your 4 friends being stabbed is all around odd. On top of that, not noticing that they were stabbed in the torso multiple times is questionable. Finally, there's a theory that Brian found one of the roommates and became obsessed and stalked them. Again, these are all theories and none of these have been proven.
Koberger was taken into custody on December 30th, 2022 at his parents' home in a gated community in Effort, Pennsylvania, and was ordered to be extradited to Idaho just 4 days later on January 3rd, 2023. People are disgusted with what Koberger had done, and even his public defender, Jason Labar, had even shown skepticism about his innocence. The community has been shaken to their cores by the murders. Classes had been canceled the next day. The campus was holding memorials. The families of the victims are just trying to find justice. The whole case has not only affected the families, but the community as a whole.
The case is still ongoing as more evidence pours in every day. In the end, this isn't just some future true crime documentary. These are people's lives who were just taken from them, families mourning the loss of the people they love. This community and campus will be forever affected, and the memories of those lost will live on.